Delegates at the BRICS Youth Summit that's underway in Durban say the Russia-Ukraine conflict will form part of the discussions. The summit aims to encourage young leaders amongst the BRICS nations to actively participate in addressing significant global changes, or should we say challenges, the economics, social issues, and contribute to the developmental agenda. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan following that story for us. She joins us live. Karinda, good morning to you. So quite a lot was said at the start of this summit, and the minister in the presidency responsible for youth and people with disabilities, the understanding is that she's had a lot to say, in particular around the banking sector in South Africa. Tell us more about the discussions.
Certainly. Well, the bottom line at this conference is the importance of youth engagement for development. Remember, one of the main priorities of this BRICS Youth Summit for the next 3 days, or at least from Tuesday to tomorrow, is to form the BRICS Youth Council, the first ever council formed. And what this council will do, the elected members will discuss the various challenges youth in the BRICS countries are facing and find resolutions or action plans that they'll formulate and present these action plans to BRICS leaders come that main conference next month. Like you mentioned, the banking sector as well. Many comments made there about youth involvement in these various sectors, not just banking. There was also discussions about climate change, the just transition that is happening here in South Africa. There were discussions even about mining as well and employment of youth in these sectors. There were also important panel discussions yesterday about having more young voices in leadership in the business sector, and many of those conversations revolved around how in many cases we see at the helm of industries, at the helm of companies, the leadership there is only one particular gender in terms of males being at the leadership, and most often one particular race group. So they say that they need to be diversity with regards to youth voices in spaces of leadership at companies, because these are ultimately some of the entities that will assist with ensuring there's youth employment. We spoke about unemployment yesterday as well. This is a major issue facing not just South Africa but other BRICS countries as well. For example, just yesterday China revealed that they had the highest youth unemployment in recent years at 21% for ages between 16 and 24, and they're the second largest economy in the world. So they were also concerned about the fact that even in that space there's high unemployment rates for youth, and so some of the delegates there spoke about equity in education that will lead to employment. So it's these kind of discussions that are happening at the BRICS Youth Summit. But only, of course, the major elephant in the room is the fact that there are questions around whether the Russian leader, as he is being invited to come to the main conference next month, whether or not they might see any arrest being implemented following that ICC warrant of arrest. And yesterday we did ask questions to the minister, Newzroom, and she said that, well, all BRICS leaders have been invited to the country, and as a host we must treat all our guests well, so indicating that they might not actually see any sort of arrest being taken place. But we also spoke to the National Youth Development Agency, who said that they will indeed discuss this matter between Russia and Ukraine, the war that's going on right now, and they said that they want to see peaceful talks happening between these countries. So it's something that will definitely be discussed here at the BRICS Youth Summit. It's something that can't be ignored as well, despite the fact that much of this conversation remains around youth unemployment. That, of course, the issue around Russia and the war that's taking place right now with regards to Ukraine is something that will be discussed. And today we expect those discussions to emerge, so I'll give you more update on that throughout the day.
Karinda Jagmohan, thank you very much for that update. Thank you. Thanks indeed. She is live for us in Durban there.